Imagine with me. I'm sorry, but actually you can't with this one. Because no matter how hard you try to imagine the magnificence of a giant monarch butterfly, it's just doomed to fall short of what it's like to see one with your own eyes. And it's not just because it was bigger than any I had ever seen. It was their wings. And the way that they would pulse this gentle orange-red glow. That light. It was mesmerizing. Calming. It was peaceful. It never occurred to me that they could be killed. The next remembering. You are on the edge of the Monarch Meadows, and upon arriving here, you noticed the following things. Littered across the ground, dozens of dead monarch butterflies, the vibrant color of their red-orange wings completely drained into shades of gray, most of them with their wings violently torn or bitten off. You also saw moss-covered vines twisting into humanoid shape, decaying patches all over their form. Two of them were standing like statues on the outskirts where you first arrived, and one was further in, crouched. Leo, you saw its jaw unhinge unnaturally, then take a bite out of the still-living butterfly caught in its hands. And with your earlier success on your perception check, Leo, you noticed another butterfly, still alive, but wounded at this creature's feet. Neza and Koja, you were slightly further back. Koja, with your successful perception check, you turned in time to see that the vine statues had moved up towards you and Neza and are now 15 feet away. Because you caught that, they don't get a surprise round. I need you all to please roll initiative.
Ah, no! 17.
That is a 17 for Catalina.
Same.
That is a 10.
10.
Leo's a 9 total.
Leo's a 9. Koja, you're up first.
Holy crap. Okay. Goja turns around, sees what's happening, immediately, instinctively cries out so that everyone hears. The plants are alive! And I grab my staff in preparation for what is to come.
Mm-hmm.
But before I strike, it's a defensive stance.
Great.
I'd like to use Detect Magic on these creatures to see if they are powered by anything outside of the natural world.
Okay, so what does it look like when you cast Detect Magic?
In my defensive stance, I close my eyes and focus to what I've been attuned to nature, or to the world around me. And I am seeking inside my mind to see if they feel rooted to the earth, to the things that I am connected to.
Excellent. You cast Detect Magic. You feel all around you a connection to the natural and arcane world. It's almost as if it is breathed into you with your next intake of air. And you do get a sense of magic around you. You do notice that the creatures that are immediately near you, king with a swirling kind of magical energy. And you can tell immediately that there's a necrotic nature to it.
Ooh.
Dead trees.
Yeah.
Rotting trees.
That is your action. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? You have a bonus action and you have movement.
I look at Neza. Is it okay to ask
Yeah.
if I can gauge what Neza's reaction is to the plants?
You can speak. You can ask something pretty succinct. You absolutely have the opportunity to do that as a free action. If you're trying to read Neza's expression, then that's going to require an insight check. But you can speak as a free action.
Great. I would like to communicate something to Neza in just my facial expression. I don't really know what to say outside of like the warning cries of the plants are alive. But I'm sure, this is something that's relatively new for Quolla. But Neza feels like a warrior to me. Leo seems like a warrior to me. And Catalina seems like a warrior to me.
Oh my God, thank you.
So, but I don't see them at all. Neza's like my sort of de facto battle
Buddy?
sort of...
Battle buddy?
Battle buddy, yeah. So I look to you with a sign of like, what do we do?
You can describe your physicality. You can respond.
I think he was already on guard. Neza was already on guard as they were approaching because it felt incorrect. When you yelled, I think, unlike last time, Neza's training that's been in the back of his mind for all of these years has kicked to the forefront. The sword is up. He's in a defensive position, ready to cover your back. And frantically looking around and trying to keep these people, our compatriots in front of us, inside of you as well. So he looks like he's ready to fight. Neza looks like he's ready to fight.
Okay, I process that as Quolla, and then I mimic the same physical stance in which Neza's standing as a way to prevent these two plant creatures from getting closer to Catalina and Leo.
Okay. Is there, as you look at the battle map, you are 10 feet away from Neza. You're a little bit closer to one of these creatures who's about 15 feet away from you. Do you want to move closer to Neza? Do you want to move further back? Or do you want to move closer to one of these creatures or stay where you are?
I'd like to position myself that I have my back towards Neza, but not moving at all, waiting for them to sort of attack.
Great. So you want to move closer to Neza and kind of almost standing back to back.
That's right, yes.
Great. You do that, preventing them from being able to flank either of you, if that's something that they had the mind to do. Great. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Catalina, you're up next.
Ooh, I see. So the butterfly that this creature has eaten, does it still have color or is it starting to like fade?
It's draining. You see that there is a giant bite taken out of the butterfly and the creature that's near you in his hands. And its color is fading, but it isn't completely faded.
Oh, it makes me so mad because I have Spear of the Dying, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take my mace and I'm going to, in a straight line in front of me, cast this like horizon of light, and out of it shoots a beam, and I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Nice.
Guiding Bolt.
At
And
that
Guiding
creature.
Bolt is an attack roll,
It's
correct?
an attack roll, yes.
All right, roll me to hit.
Come on,
with
baby,
your
come
Guiding
on,
Bolt.
baby. Ooh, yes, send it, send it, send it. Oh, okay, 16 plus 4, 20, a natural 20.
20. That will hit. Do your
Yes,
damage.
4d6 radiant damage.
Yes.
Okay, that's 4. That's 5. That's 4. And that one was on the ramp. 3. So 8, 13, 16 radiant damage.
16 radiant damage.
And you get advantage on your next. Well, anybody does, but you're coming up next, I believe. So.
Can you describe to me what this guiding bolt looks like as it strikes this creature, and what it looks like that grants advantage to the next attack?
Yes, I think she takes her mace and she like, almost more like a wand, she casts this light, like the sunrise, this light in this perfect horizontal line, but through it, it's almost like this natural like beam. It feels less precise and less in the structures of a church and more organic in nature. And it shoots straight out and like plants itself into the back of this creature. And the edge of this blast almost has like a flower sticking out, like a sun, like a beautiful, like what's that flower from the mosaic that you mentioned?
The maracuya
Yes.
flower, the passion fruit flower.
The passion fruit flower. So that's what's kind of sticking out the back, and it's like glowing.
A glowing, radiant light in the shape of a maracuya flower bursts out the back of this creature as it takes a considerable amount of damage. Anything else with your turn?
I think I'm gonna, if I may, move closer to Leo and just kind of just like be near her. It's like this feels better than where I was before.
Great. You want to move right to Leo's?
right to Leo's side. Yeah.
Boom. How's that?
Yeah. He's like, hi.
So now you're side by side from Leo, about 20 feet away from the creature that you just struck with your guiding bolt. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Neza, you're up.
Okay, so is there a position in the center of them that will put everyone at 30 feet away from me?
Oh, let me see.
Everyone of our team.
Of your team. Let me find out for you.
I love that y'all are back to back right now too on the
I
map.
know.
That's so badass.
Let me make sure. 5, 10, 30. Yep, Leo is the only person that's on the outside of that from what I see.
Okay, I
By 5 feet, Leo is on the outside of that.
That's okay. So I'm back to back with Koja. I feel you nestle up against me, and I dig my feet in, and I say, Koja, remember. And I start to hear voices, and I don't know where it's coming from. And you feel my demeanor change, and the sword goes down, and I walk to the center here, and I cast Bless on Catalina and Koja. Oh. You're slightly out of range, I'm sorry. And the way that looks is this swirl of that gold hummingbird energy that we've seen a few times now, but it's not a hummingbird, it's two magical coyotes, like ephemeral coyotes that leap out and snarl. They land at my feet and snarl and then jump in and sort of implant themselves in you. And you now can, is it a
D4.
A D4 to attack roll.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Or save?
Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And with your
Thank
bless, you target up to 3 creatures, and you can be one of them.
Ooh,
Then there's one that lands right in front of me, snarling in either direction.
that's so good.
So you are all under the effects of bless. And now they're up.
And I yell at Koja with my free action. Don't be afraid. You know what you're doing.
I stand a little taller knowing that.
You stand a little taller as your ally who just blessed you calls to you to embolden you, and one of the creatures near you moves forward. 1, 2,
So ominous.
and 10 feet away from you, Koja, you see from the corner of your eye its arm raise up, and extending from it is a lash, almost like a whip, of a rancid vine. And it strikes at you for a definite miss. It moves and just misses you, and the vine retracts. The other one, near it, that you had just moved away from, does the same thing. And it's going to strike you with its vine. 20 to hit. I'm assuming that hits your AC.
Just a little.
Are going to take
Oh, God.
6 points of slashing damage.
Dang.
Okay.
This other one that was struck by you, the one further down, that was struck by your guiding bolt, Catalina, turns to you raises its arms up, dropping the butterfly that it had just taken a bite out of. And you see from the base of what looks like its feet, but now you see are more like roots. This swirling natural energy, but it's got a kind of smoky, decaying air to it. Start to vortex around it. It extends its arms towards you, and that energy disappears into the ground and pops up again, right all around you and Leo. Catalina and Leo, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
DC 14.
Shouldn't have moved close to you.
And you get a D4 on this, right?
Oh yeah,
You do.
yeah.
You get to add a D4 to that.
Strength save? Or just a strength check?
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw? Nat 1. Doesn't matter.
Nat 1.
17.
17. Okay. You notice these vines pop up from the ground underneath you.
Oh no.
As you become entangled, Catalina.
Oh no.
The vines wrap themselves around your legs and are creeping up towards your arms, and you are now restrained.
Okay.
Leo, you saved. You are not affected by this at all.
Okay.
And the creature is then going to move.
I'll bet he will. I'll bet he'll move.
10, 15, 20. It's going to move to the other side of this moss.
Oh.
And it looks like it can move freely
Yeah.
through that. Perception check, please, everybody.
Yeah. Does Bless work for perception checks too?
No, that would be guidance.
Oh, that'd be guidance. Okay, perception.
Only 11 for Leo.
14.
14?
18.
That was a 17 on the die. I'm just checking. I don't think I have 17.
Nice.
Excellent. Leo, you rolled a
11.
We'll get to you in a second. Everybody else, you're able to readily notice that these creatures, these vines that look like they're constructs, you notice two things. They're somehow connected to some arcane natural fiber, and they're operating with some hint of intelligence.
Okay.
They're not just mindless constructs.
Oh, okay.
Leo, you've been having a hard time. Normally, you are quick on your feet. You're incredibly perceptive. What is in the way right now that's stopping you from operating at the bar that you know you typically can?
Yeah, I mean, I think for Leo, it is, it's very much still the images of what she feels was the day before of seeing her dad die. Like that is what she is trying to constantly and actively push down. And I think in the throes of another battle, it's starting to sort of pulse back up a little bit and throw her off.
That moment of violence where you saw that creature's jaw unhinge and bite down on this butterfly, and that the butterfly's kind of, its blood, silvery, splattering the ground, calls you back to that moment with your father at the gift. Take it off as you start to gain your bearings, and it's your turn.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm casting Hunter's Mark on the one that was in front of me and Catalina previously and just moved away. So my eyes glow sort of golden briefly as I sort of target the creature in front of me. And I'm going to shoot at it with my longbow.
Do it.
Okay, so that is 14 plus 7.
21.
21.
21 will hit.
Okay. So then D8.
This guy's getting a beating.
Okay, so that is, let me just roll the Hunter's Mark. Okay, so 4 plus 11 is 15 points of damage back to it.
15 points of damage.
Yeah.
16
How
and 15, dang.
do you take this creature down with your arrow?
Well, I think, like you said, I've been very shaky at the start of this battle because of all these emotions that it's been bringing back about what I saw and my dad. And I think Leo was brought back into the moment and refocused by what she saw Catalina do, right? And realizing and remembering that she is now with these people and that we're all in this together. And so sort of with that, re-strengthening her she pulls a very tight bow back and just shoots directly at the creature through the sort of entanglement that now her and Catalina find themselves in.
Perfectly timed with your breath, it soars through the air and it pierces the left, what you think would have been its eyeball socket, striking this creature through its skull, if it has one, and it suspends in the air for a moment, standing where it is, and then collapses in a heap underneath itself.
Wow.
And with that, the entangled spell disappears. You,
Easy come, easy go.
Catalina, are now free to move.
Yeah. I love moving.
And Kolja, you're up.
Yes. So I am being surrounded by these two plant beings. I feel the innate power of the blessing that Neza gave me, the power of the coyote inside of me, and it makes me lock into a primal sort of state, back into the more impulsive, less critical thinking side of Koja. Without thinking, he raises his hands and does the same action that Doña Deza taught him to mend. And the wisps of healing come together. But he also does the same with his other hand. And together, when they touch forces, the two mending green lights cackle with thunderous energy.
Oh.
I decide to open my arms wide and clap them to cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. Thunder Wave, I believe, is a saving throw. Great. So which one are you focusing on? Because you won't be able to get them both. 5, 10, 15. You're not going to be able to get them both. But you'll get one or the other.
The one that hit.
This is great. The one that's right in front of you that hit you.
We don't forgive and we don't forget.
Yeah. A Constitution saving throw. It got an 11 on the die,
Hell yeah.
plus 2 for its save. Meets it, beats it. So it did save 13. So go ahead and roll damage because it's going to take half damage.
I love when it still takes half damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, 8.
Ooh.
6.
So 7. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
8 plus 6 is 14. Half is 7. Well done. What does it look like when the thunderclap makes contact with this creature?
Yeah, once the clap, it's like a sonic boom effect when you clap, and it just shoots like waves of sound, it looks like. But as soon as it comes in contact with the creature, you feel static. You see the static electricity form around it.
Cool.
Yes, these waves, these sonic waves cause the air in front of you to warble. And this concussive blast with sparks just dancing around it make contact with this creature. You can see that pieces of its viney, mossy form break off of it with your blast. And it's moved back 10 feet, you said? Boom. Anything else with your turn?
I'd like to move closer to Neza.
Great, you can move your full 30 feet and be right next to him if you would like.
Yeah, I'll do that.
5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
Nice.
You are right there, right next to
The
Neza.
back-to-back boys.
Back to back
My
again.
motivation is just to get close to the party. You know?
Ooh.
Glorious. Awesome. Catalina, you're up.
Yes. Okay, so I see on the map here we've got 2 butterflies on the ground, one that the color is fading. What's going on with the other one?
The other butterfly
Yeah, the other one on the
is
ground.
wounded,
Okay.
but the color isn't fading.
Okay.
It's static.
Okay, I think I would like to send a healing word to one of them. I assume the one that's fading, I imagine, is probably not
At this
able to be
point,
saved.
the color has drained even more. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Medicine check, okie dokie. Let's see here. My plus is 2. It's a nat 1.
And that one.
It's a nat 1.
This
This guy's in the chair.
Great. So everything is moving really fast. You were just entangled, it just dissipated. You're looking at these 2 different butterflies, and the only thing that you notice is one is almost completely grayscale, and the other one still has some color to it, but there's some gray that has crept in.
Oh gosh. Okay, I think my instinct is to probably still try to save the one that is fading, and we'll see if that if that works. So I'm gonna use my healing word. It's it's a ranged spell. So I'm gonna just cast that, and I'm gonna see how much health they get back. So it's 2d4 plus 2. So wait, no, these are d6s. That's not what I wanted. 2d4 plus 2. So that is 4, and that is 3. So 7 plus 2, 9. 9 health back to the fading butterfly.
The one that to you appeared on the brink of death, the color fade stops, but it doesn't regain any color.
Oh. Huh. Ooh. Okay.
And that's all you're able to notice.
I think I am gonna move closer to the two of them and defend them.
Great. You're gonna move.
I'm gonna move towards the two butterflies, yeah.
As you get closer to them, you notice that the one that does have some color is actually moving. Its wings start to flap, and it begins to take flight about 3 feet off the ground near you.
I extend a hand out for it to perch.
We'll get to that. We'll see. Neza, you're up.
Heck yeah.
That was an attack roll. That was a 10.
A 10 to attack?
Oh, no, yes, 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 4 is 14.
Heck yeah.
14. And are you attacking with a ranged weapon, or are you moving?
No, I'm going to take my full movement
Got
to
it.
charge this.
So you move all the way forward. You can get within.
I'm like, what the heck?
I love that. Just move next to
As
you.
soon as we touch backs, you want to run away.
no range
Before
weapon, so-
eye contact can even be made, you swap positions. Neza, you move in. What is the total on your die roll?
14 to hit.
14 total.
14 does not make contact.
Dang.
Cool.
Anything else with your turn?
Nothing worth doing it. So that's my turn.
So you swing, and what's surprising is that you notice that these animated creatures, it looked almost like it made eye contact with you, but again, they don't have eyeballs. They have these just vacant holes in their faces, and it just, in the last second, dodges out of the way of your sword that's coming down. And it is now their turn. This one down here, the one remaining that isn't near you, Neza, is going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Nice.
And it is going to also cast
Holy crap.
Entangle.
Oh my gosh.
But because of how everybody is positioned, it can't quite get more than one person. It has its eyes on you.
Obsessed.
On you, Koja. So it's going to be casting, the same thing happens. This dark energy swirls around it, and then it seems to enter into the earth and then springs up around you. I need a strength saving throw, please.
Okay, that's a 14 on the die.
Oh,
15.
15 total. How do you fight off these restraints that don't quite get wrapped around you? Now, they're magical vines that then manifest into something tangible. And you can tell that there's something necrotic about this connection to the natural world. How do you resist that?
Yes, I do feel the death. That part I can't talk to at all. But I can talk to the living part of it. And I'm locked in. I feel one with nature. And I communicate. I go back to the ground. My hands touch the ground. And I close my eyes and I plead with the living thing inside this dying being to release me.
These vines pop up from the ground and they start to wrap around you. And as you make that plea, you're not quite sure if it's the vines themselves that are responding to this. Something else pulls them back down into the ground. Whether it's them relenting, hearing your call, or whether it's something else fighting alongside you in an intangible way, you can't quite tell. But that entangle goes away.
Oh my God. Wow.
Wow.
And Leo, you're up.
Yeah, so now this creature has moved sort of perfectly within my line of sight, between
Yes.
Catalina, between Quolla. So my eyes glow again, and I move the hunter's mark to target it. And then I'm gonna attack it with my longbow again.
Roll to hit.
A ver. Cool. 7 plus 15 is 22 to hit.
22 hits.
3 plus 3 is 6 on the bow, and then another 1 on the hunter's mark, so 7 total.
7 total.
Yeah.
And the one that you struck is the one in front of Neza, or the one?
No, the one that's directly sort of diagonal from where I am right now.
The one diagonal from you, that is the creature that just tried to entangle
Yes,
Quolla.
exactly.
Excellent.
And that's my turn.
And that's your
right
turn.
there.
Catalina, you're up.
Oh man, okay. I have extended my hand out for this butterfly to perch.
The butterfly lands on your arm, and you get a flash of something in your mind. You, for a moment, seem to see a figure, a man. You can't see their full form, only their silhouette. Features of their face don't come clear to you. And then you're back in reality, and the butterfly is flying up above your head now.
I asked the butterfly, was that you?
There's no response.
Okay. I think I see the creature over here, sort of diagonal from Quolla, who just tried to restrain them, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm gonna cast, that's within 60 feet. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on it. Great. It needs to make a Dex save of 12.
Oh.
So, not, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
What does it look like when you cast this fairy fire?
I think as the butterfly flies above me, I think back to the harrowing last moments, seeing the high priestess cast it on herself, and these lights that almost look like little small butterflies flutter around me, and I just almost instinctively send them to this creature.
These illuminated butterflies soar through the air, dance around this creature, and then almost dive into its body. And now it's illuminating as it fails its saving throw. It is now under the effects of fairy fire, and it illuminates the same sort of glow that these butterflies that you sent over to it were glowing.
Heck yeah. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed a dim light, and attack rolls on the affected creature have advantage if the attacker can see it.
Well done.
Oh, thank you.
So,
Did this one have an attack?
Because it did restrain, it attacked and then tried to restrain, and then
This
you
one
pushed it
attacked.
off.
This one has
not had an attack. Let us rewind.
Thank you.
Neza, the creature that's right in front of you, its hollowed eyes lock in on you, and it strikes. Ooh. Its vine lash reaches out with a 14 to hit.
So with an AC of 18, I hear in my ears, now. And without thinking, it feels instinctual. I hear my grandmother's voice say, parry. And I block the strike.
The vines are redirected in the opposite direction. If this were something that it was wielding in its hand, it may well have been thrown out of its hands. But you see that this is a part of the creature itself, and it remains a part of it. Excellent.
Cool.
From there, we move to Quolla.
Yes.
I was able to successfully untangle myself from the prison that this decaying creature, and there's something that shifted inside of Quolla's head at that moment. Quolla has been very resistant to fighting because of the moral standing of killing an inanimate object. However, this is a decaying creature. And after communicating with the earth, I realize this isn't me killing it, it's me healing it. So with that mind shift, I rush over to that creature.
The one in front of
who
you?
tried to tangle
Great.
me. And I use my bow staff to just strike it.
Nice.
Great. With your quarterstaff, you strike the creature that tried to entangle you but failed to do so. Roll to hit, please. And you are still blessed. So you get a D4 to add to that.
Que Dios te bendiga.
Oh, that's a 19.
A 19 hits. Roll your damage.
Strength. Oh, that's a 2.
2 total.
Yeah.
Your quarterstaff comes down, and you can tell that whatever this creature is just seems a little bit more sturdy than you were expecting. It does take damage, and a chunk of this sort of mossy structure does get broken off. And anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm gonna use my turn to just study it. Study its movements while at the ready. I'm still like in front of this creature. I hit it, and while just ready for anything, just sort of watching it like a gardener would a plant that's a little finicky, just to see how it would react.
Give me an insight check.
I live.
That's a nat 1.
No!
You are studying its movements, but what absorbs your attention are these hollowed eyes. And it just sends a shiver down your spine. Neza, you're up.
I'll attack. It's a nat 1.
Oh
Nat
my,
1.
what is going on?
Okay. So, Catalina, you have just come to. You had that moment with the butterfly. You saw that figure. And now back to Neza. You take a swing. What's moving through your mind that causes you to fail?
The voice that caused me to bring my sword up scared me. It was the first time that I identified that voice with my grandmother directly. Wow. And I was swinging and listening for her voice still, and swung wide of the creature in front of me.
Dang.
This time the voice doesn't come.
Yeah.
And you miss. Anything else with your turn?
No, I sort of I overswing and let the sword hit the ground, and that ringing kind of catches my ear, and I look up because I am open for an attack.
With that natural 1, roll for me a D20. We want above 10.
Okay, that's ominous.
Can I add my bless or no?
No.
Oh, that's more ominous.
That's a 9.
Great. You swing, your sword gets stuck in the ground, and the way that it vibrates rings your ears, and you hear another voice as if returning to you, something from the battlefield, the cries of the people that were felled at the gift, and it causes you to drop your sword. It's still right underneath you. And now they're up.
Yep.
That creature right in front of you, seizing the opportunity, is going to strike down at you. And this is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
A 22 to hit. With its vine lash, it will make you take 10 points of damage.
Aye.
It wraps its vine right around your neck, and then you feel it squeezing, and then as it retracts it, it lashes your neck and your chest. And the next one goes. Koja. The creature in front of you also attempts to strike you with a vine lash. This is a 16 to hit. That will hit you. 16.
Dang.
Against your armor class. Bless, unfortunately, does not add to your AC.
No.
It adds to your ability to hit them, though.
Mage armor would add to your AC.
This is 8 points of damage, slashing. Those of you that are getting struck by these vine lashes are noticing that those vines are riddled with sharp edges, spines and thorns all around it. And they hold where they are. They don't move. The holes, these hollows where their eyes would be, stay focused on the people that are right in front of them. Koja and Neza, you see this creature with hollowed eyes staring right back at you. And we now go to Leo.
So, Leo, I'm gonna move slightly just to get a better vantage point on the creature that's in front of Koja now. And I'm going to shoot at it with my longbow again.
Great. At advantage.
Yeah. And everybody gets advantage if they attack that one.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yes.
What a journey you've been on. At the beginning of this combat, you were thrown off and unable to steady yourself, and now you're back. Go ahead and roll double damage. Listen, okay.
That's a crit.
First of all,
That's crit damage.
Here's how I house rule crits.
Speak on it.
You get full weapon damage plus an additional die. Because nothing is more unsatisfying than getting to roll double die and have them both be low rolls.
I agree.
Okay.
So what is your max damage on one roll?
Yeah, what would be the max if you add it all
Including
together?
your hunter's mark.
Including my hunter's mark, like max would be 11 plus 6, 17.
Oh my
17.
God.
So it's already taking 17 points of damage. Go ahead and roll another D8 and another D6 because you get to roll double damage.
That's a crit. That's crits right there.
If this thing's still standing,
So 5 plus 3, 8
Oh
more.
my God.
8 more. So that is a total
17 plus
of
8.
25.
Dang.
25 points of damage.
Dang.
Oof. How do you take this creature down?
Like you said, I've come, like I feel like I really shook off a lot of the emotions that were bubbling back up. I was able to push them back down, right? So they're still sort of lingering under the surface, but I've gained my inspiration in the same way that I do when I'm out with the hunters, right? It is with who I'm with together. It is not a solo mission. And so I think with all of the fighting that I see my new friends doing, I'm able to sort of recenter myself and see them taking damage and shoot to kill.
Again, the arrow goes right through this creature's hollowed eye and it bursts all the way through, out to the other side of the back of its head. The fairy fire bursts in one last eruption of light, and it crumples down to the floor. Perception check, please.
Okay.
Leo and Koja, because you're standing right in front of them.
Ooh, interesting.
10 only for Leo.
7 for me.
7. Okay. It crumples, and Koja, you see for a moment the heap twitch and then come completely still.
Ooh.
And Koja, now you're up.
Ooh. Chills.
Can I do an investigation check on that, or was that roll it?
That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have one enemy left in front of Neza.
Yes. I look down at the creature who has melted. I look over at Leo and nod to say, oh, thank you. And then I rush over to where Neza is.
Back-to-back boys
Am
are back.
I can meet the creature, yes?
You can. Actually, yeah.
Heck
you
yeah.
get right up next to him.
Yeah.
With your full movement, you're able to move right next to the one remaining creature, and now you are back again right at Neza's side.
Great.
What do you do?
I'd like to stand between the creature and Neza to absorb any potential damage that this creature might give my friend who dropped his sword. And yeah, hit him with the bow staff.
Great. You position yourself in between them as much as you possibly can, given where you are. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Come on. Okay, that's 15.
15. You're blessed still,
Oh, yes.
Roll it. D4.
because you will miss without that.
18.
Yeah.
18. That hits. And go ahead and roll your damage. 5 damage. Great. Your quarterstaff comes down and strikes him for 5 damage. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Can I make an amend, like when I'm hitting this creature?
Yes.
I'm trying to find, because I can see the decaying bits, yeah?
Yeah?
With my intention being trying to hit like the quote unquote heart of this creature, that was my intention for the hit.
Great. So, wondering if there's a possible weak spot on this creature, you strike at it and roll me a perception check. And Neza, because I forgot to do this earlier, can you roll me a concentration check? Because you did take damage from the Vine Lash.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh, for black.
Dirty 20. With your dirty 20.
10, right?
And you.
It's a 13.
13.
It's a 13? 13. I would add, you're blessed, so I would add that to that as well. Oh, it's a
For the
concentration
const, yeah.
save. Yes, it's safe.
Yeah, you do.
17.
You maintain concentration. Yes. Great. So, Koja, with your 20 perception check, you feel like you get a good read on this creature. You're able to notice the parts of it that are decaying and some parts of it that aren't decaying at all. You aim for its heart. You can't tell if it's actually got a weak spot on it or not. It doesn't appear like it does.
Okay.
And Catalina, you're up.
Okay. I hold my shield and it starts to glow and I channel divinity.
Okay.
And I would like to use my holy symbol, which is my shield, to heal, I believe it's 1d8 plus 2 to the other butterfly.
Okay, the one that was flying up ahead. Above you?
The one that's almost faded.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because that one seems to be healthy. It seems
it's
to be
flying
doing
above
okay.
you.
Okay, great. So I'm going to use one of my channel divinity charges for that. So yeah, it's a 1d8 plus 2. So that's 7. That's 9 points of health back to the one that was on the ground.
The one that was on the ground. You see a little bit of color come back to it. It looked as though a chunk was bitten off of it, but now suddenly when you're looking at it, it doesn't appear to be so. It's not that it regenerated, it's that maybe that bite didn't happen after all, like you thought.
Oh God! No! We are time space continuing all up in here. We are time space continuing, and I'm not here for it.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Is it flying or is it still on the ground?
It's still on the ground.
I would like to kneel down and touch it.
You do. We'll get back to you in a moment.
Oh my God! Why are you on The plot is plotting.
Neza, you're up.
Is it a free action to grab the sword?
Yes.
Okay, so I grab the sword. I'm learning something in this battle, and it's that I am letting everything else distract me and seeing Koja stand in front of me. The thing that's most important is the people that are next to you in this battle, whatever battle you're in. And that shakes me out of it, and I attempt to attack him. That's 20.
He's back, baby.
Yeah, locked in.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 plus 4.
Okay, great. You make contact. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm going to add a divine smite.
Oh yeah.
Lovely.
9 plus 2 is 12. Right?
11.
Yeah.
11 total.
It was plus the 4. Yeah.
Plus 4. So the total is
15.
15.
Math.
Describe to me how you take this creature down.
Yes.
Go team.
Yes, I'm shaken out of the stupor of hearing my grandmother's voice and being scared that this thing was going to eat me. And it was Koja that stood in front of me. And I shake it off. I grab the sword and twirl around the beast itself so that I pierce it through its gut.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And once in, I just pull it out and kind of slits in half. Falls in front of me.
Anime.
So you pivot around, you thrust your sword into its gut, and you see an after image of yourself in this sort of ephemeral glow do exactly the same thing as you activate your divine smite. This burst of divine energy explodes from within this creature. You see chunks of it flying off, and then it collapses in a heap And roll me a perception check.
19.
Yes.
19.
Learn something.
This creature collapses in a heap, and you notice it starts to twitch, and that there's a part of it that tries to stand up again once more. But the full force of your final blow takes it out entirely.
Okay.
What does it mean?
That is the end of combat.
Ooh.
We survived!
Just barely
lived.
done, everybody. What would you like to do next? Now, we're not in combat, but I also like to continue to move in initiative order in case there's something that you want to do.
At the end of my turn,
Yes.
I say, Goja, I think we should burn them.
Burn them.
Yes.
Was it something that you saw? What?
It felt like it was fighting for life still.
Then we shall burn.
I can't burn things.
I also don't seem to have a thing that burns.
Catalina.
I have druidcraft, but I am in the middle of touching this butterfly.
Right,
Yes.
so don't do
I'm
that.
in 1 second. Just,
Why are you whispering Catalina to? She's all the way over there.
I have a deep voice. I think she can hear me.
I just go like, ah?
We
What?
need-
Yeah? 1 second. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Catalina,
Yes.
all of that washes over you, even what you think is your reaction, as everything around you starts to become a little bit blurred as you hold in your arms this butterfly. And you feel something within you start to pull out towards it. They all feel like they are 100 miles away. The only thing that exists right now in this moment is you and this butterfly. You feel the one that's flying above you fly away. And a kind of dust from its wings falls around you as you gain 2 temporary hit points.
Ooh, thank you. Wow.
The rest of you, you see Catalina. If you turn to look at her and call towards her, you see that she's sort of checked out with this butterfly that she just healed in her hands. The other butterfly that is alive, flying above her head, you see it start to fly towards the west from where you are, in the direction of the Red River. Leo, what would you like to do?
Leo sees Catalina sort of on looking at these butterflies. So I'm gonna move a bit closer to her, but while I'm doing so, does it still feel quiet? I wanna sort of keep it, because I remember when we walked into here, it felt like there was no sounds, like the sounds of nature went away. So I'm still a little bit, I still have my bow out. I still am a little bit on high alert, like as a remnant of the battle that just happened. So as I'm walking towards Catalina, I just want to look around and hear and see if I hear anything that's different now.
You do. You start to approach Catalina and you have your ears open and you start to hear slowly the sounds of birds returning. At first it's just a little bit, a few birds chirping. And then after a while, after just a couple seconds, you hear the jungle return to its natural, vibrant cacophony of birds. You even see a couple of birds fly out from the trees in the distance and take flight. And it dawns on you that not only did the jungle become silent, the jungle became still.
Huh.
And now it seems to be willing to come alive again.
Okay. So I'm just gonna walk towards Catalina and not interrupt her, but just sort of be on guard since it seems like she's sort of checked out.
Okay. You're gonna move closer
Yeah.
to Catalina. Great. Goja and Neza, you called to Catalina and she does not respond.
I'm going to just poke my sword into the thing and try to just see, is there any sense of life? Or the other question that popped into my head is there anything resembling the people of Alma in this tree?
Roll for me an investigation check.
Amazing. I'm wondering the same thing.
Oh gosh. 2.
2. It's just looks like plant matter right now. Can't quite get a sense of anything beyond that.
I'm going to walk out after doing that. I'll turn sort of nudging Koja as well and start heading towards the women.
Great. Neza nudges you, Koja, and starts to walk towards
The women.
The women.
Let's go, girls.
I walk to the women. Well, in that case, I also walk to the women as well.
Yeah.
walking
And I-
towards
Really
them.
funny with them.
I call out to the women and say,
Women!
Hey, women!
Would it have been better if he said girls or
No,
females?
I'm having fun. No, this is delightful.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was so
to the
funny.
women, the career women.
I live.
I yell out, does anyone have anything to cause a fire or burn? Neza says that these plant creatures should burn.
I do.
You do?
Yeah,
Oh,
we can do that.
do you mind?
No. I'll walk over, Leo will walk over back with them, because Leo also has Druidcraft.
All of them. So
Yeah, we all have Druidcraft, so we
whichever
can
one's
all
closer.
light a small torch.
Yeah, so I have Druidcraft
know
as well.
Great.
So I'm gonna approach.
How would you like to?
Two?
Yeah, we all, like, 3 of us have Druidcraft. Yeah.
How would you like to do this? Would you like to do this one at a time? Would you like to gather the creatures together?
No, I mean, I think Leo's instinct, so I'll do it that way, I guess, was to just walk over to the one that Koja directs me to that he sort of needed help with. And I'm just going to, I don't think I need to put my hand on it, but I think sort of put my hands near it, and from them will emit a bit of fire that hopefully alights the creature and does what needs to happen.
Roll for me a nature check, please.
True.
Will the necrosis snuff out the light?
Not good at nature. Just a 5.
You are waving your hands over it. You're conjuring your druid craft. Flames are manifesting, but nothing is catching fire on this creature at this point. And it dawns on all of you pretty, even just with your passive perception, that although plant matter can catch fire, it's quite wet.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do I have it?
Do you have any of the oil? I don't know. Do you have a little bit on you from the from your rights?
Sure.
Don't know.
Somehow, still kind of locked in with this butterfly,
Yeah.
almost as if 100 miles away, Catalina says out into the ether, the oil. And I'll leave that at that.
Yeah. I pull out a flask that has some of the oil left in it. Yeah. I toss it to Leo or Koja.
Yeah, so I'll grab the oil from Neza, put a little bit on the creature, I suppose, and try again and see if that makes a difference.
And it does.
Yeah.
Oh.
That oil seeps into this creature's, into the vine and the moss, and it lights on fire.
I grab the other bodies and I just start dragging them over to the pyre here.
A little campfire of the plant people.
Well, yeah, that's where we should camp.
And it's going to take you
bit
some
morbid.
time to do
Kindling.
this, a couple minutes.
There you go. Plant people.
It takes you a couple minutes, and while you're all gathering this, you notice that Catalina hasn't moved. She's still in the same place with the butterfly in front of her.
Can I make a insight or perception check on her facial expression to see?
Give me a perception check. Everybody, except for Catalina.
And yeah, I imagine.
Damn.
11.
11.
My perception's terrible. It's the natural one.
That one?
My perception's
We're
terrible.
outside.
Something in my eye.
Yeah. The smoke got into your eye.
12. It takes some time, like I said, to gather the bodies. Is there anything else around you? You're not perceiving anything. It seems like the matter at hand is clear. You lit one of these on fire. It's ablaze, and you're dragging the other two towards it. Are you throwing them on top of it?
I think so, yes.
Great. You throw these other creatures on top of the one that's already burning, and you notice that the fire starts to kind of gets slightly snuffed, as now there's a fresh mound of damp foliage, basically damp greenery being tossed on top of it, and it starts to diminish. Do you do anything?
Yeah, well, I think I still have the oil probably, so if there is any left, I'll just sprinkle a bit more on top to make sure it doesn't fully go out.
Great. To keep track of resources, go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay.
This will determine how much of the oil we've used up on.
Okay.
We want high.
Oh, well, 9.
9, okay. So
No oil.
this entire activity, dousing a little bit more oil, has depleted your reserves to less than half.
Okay.
Great.
Can I roll for like a nature, just to smell the smoke coming out of these bodies?
Oh.
To see what the smell is like?
Yes, roll for me. A
Or
nature
like
check.
nature, yeah.
It's so intriguing. Yeah, because when you burn something nasty, like,
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. 16.
16. They're now absolutely on fire. The oil has done its job, and you take in that smoke that's coming off of them. Nothing stands out to you. It seems natural. Yeah, some of it has decayed and some of it has died. But right now, there isn't anything standing out to you other than this was just a bunch of moss and vines that you've now set on fire.
we've cleansed it, we've saged the space.
What shall we do with Catalina?
I'm gonna go check on her, and I think Leo will walk back towards her and sort of kneel in front of her. And are her eyes sort of like glazed over, or are they closed? Because if she looks a little bit like, because it's been now a few minutes, you said.
It's been, I think, now maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, so I think if she looks sort of scarily still, Leo's gonna rest her hand on her arm and say, Catalina.
Before you even get your hand on her, you see Catalina. You're noticing all this happening around you, but again, it feels like it's at a great distance away, almost as if it's an echo, as if it's all happening, but much more slowly, kind of like underwater, but there's no liquid around you. You see the butterfly in front of you, and it starts to stand in your hands, and its wings unfurl, and there's a vibrant glow that starts to pulse from them. You hear a voice, one that you've been hearing for a while. On the outside, you see Catalina collapse, her eyes rolling back into her head. You see inside of her chest a wispy, white, glowing figure that looks like an ephemeral version of her, pulling out of her chest as if there's something reaching and pulling it out towards somewhere else. What do you do?
Well, I think I'm right there, so I'm gonna try to catch her as she's falling and try to, Leo's instinct is almost to try to push it back, whatever it is, because it does it look like what we saw on the battlefield, that was what was coming out of people's bodies, or is
It
this
looks similar to that, but this one you can see much more tangibly is in the shape of Catalina.
Weird. So that's what she's gonna do, and Leo's gonna call out, Koja, Neza, I need help.
As soon as the two of you turn, Neza, you recognize this more clearly. You've seen figures like this coming out of something. The figures in the cenote most recently that were emerging from what looked like were their graves. The outline of Catalina is very much like those figures that you saw in the cenote. This one is being pulled out of her, and it's still, almost frozen. But you can see in the air that's warbling around it, you can see that some of that wisp of energy is almost being funneled forward. And that's what's letting you understand that this must be getting pulled out from her.
Is the butterfly still in her hand?
The butterfly is still in her hands.
I'm going to charge forward and attack the butterfly.
Oh my gosh.
You charge forward. Roll me a perception check.
What?
14.
14. As you're moving forward, you
Yeah, what's the AC of a butterfly?
You see two things happen.
15.
Neza, right in front of you, all around you all are pieces of the giant monarchs. The ones that have been killed, drained of their colors. Most of those pieces, torn wings and bodies, are scattered around, but there's a few that seem to remain mostly whole. Neza, as you start to charge forward, the one right at your feet you notice start to twitch and move. And just as you get past that one, there is another one
Oh.
right above you that takes flight.
Oh.
And roll initiative.
Oh. Wow.
18.
Wow.
15 for Leo.
15 for Leo.
9.
9. Neza, 18. And I would like an initiative from you too,
4.
Catalina. 4.
Which tracks for
Can I
this
ask
situation?
something very quickly?
Yes, you can.
Since I'm do I have a reaction if he's attacking the butterfly since I'm like holding Catalina?
In this new round of initiative, you gain reactions after you've gone. So it isn't until you've had your first turn that you can have reactions. Neza, Leo, what was your initiative again?
15.
15, Leo?
If we get taken out by butterflies, y'all.
9.
9. Great, Neza, you're up first.
Okay. The one that's in Catalina's hand.
If you still want to go straight to that, you can absolutely do that.
And does it look like it is sucking her life force out of her?
We can ignore these grayscale butterflies, and I think that you'll need to be able to be able to assess that. You're going to have to be right next to them. If that's what you want to do, we can definitely do that.
I don't have the health to do this. Is this... Okay, fine. I'm going to heal myself for 10 points.
Smart.
Okay.
Smart.
As a
Lay on
bonus
hands?
action, yes. With lay on hands. And like before, I'm not really aware that I'm doing it, so I just feel hardier.
Great.
And I will slash the thing in front of me, the one that is closest to me.
Roll me to hit, please.
Oh.
I miss.
Oh.
Okay. It takes you by surprise. Your periphery kind of fixated on the one that you saw twitching, and you missed the one that took flight right in front of you. You take a swing, and it misses. It whiffs right past it. Do you want to continue your movement forward? Because you still have your full move.
Yes.
Or do you
yes.
want to hold your ground here?
Yes.
Awesome. You move forward towards Catalina, and I will let you from here roll me. I would like a religion or nature check.
Oh, man.
Okay, I'm going to give you a religion check. 19.
Lovely. You show up and you see what's happening. There's a connection between Catalina and the butterfly. The butterfly, you don't sense anything nefarious about this. It looks like Catalina is cradling the butterfly and almost protecting it. The force that you feel pulling on this spirit form of Catalina, it comes clear to you that that's what it is coming from somewhere else. And you can see directly that it's coming from the west. The same direction that butterfly earlier flew to, in the same direction that your gut is telling you is where you'll find the shaman.
And the butterfly in her hands is visibly different than the grayscale ones?
Visibly different. It has its color.
Those are poisoned, if you will, or infected.
Yeah, what will you give us?
They look.
And they didn't attack me.
They didn't attack you.
Okay.
They don't look right.
They don't look right.
They don't look right. You can't tell if they're infected. You can't tell what it is, but something about them doesn't look right. You know that they've had the life drained out of them. That much is clear based on what you've assessed before.
Okay. I asked Leo, do you see what I see? That there's something calling Catalina's spirit, her soul, to the west, towards the river?
I don't know if I noticed that was a direction it was pulling when I came to her, but I think what Leo will say is, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
I thought that the butterflies were, I thought that was the source. Can you see her spirit leaving her body?
Yes, and I don't know what to make of it, but
I thought it was the butterflies. I think I'm wrong there. I think there's something calling it. Yeah, I can see it moving towards the river.
And it's your turn, Leo.
Yes, so I think Leo remembers what happened, what she heard, I think at the beginning of the day or when they entered this field and they had heard the horn from the elder and she had heard a wail in that direction. And she's gonna say, I think I heard something that way too. We have to take her there. I think we have to take her there. Can you help me carry her?
Her body? Yes, yes.
And I'm gonna say, Koja, we have to go.
What about this? What about these butterflies?
And you look around and you see another one of those grayscale butterflies start to take flight, and another. And they're up.
Oh.
Koja, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh,
damn, I thought they were gonna.
Okay.
They were just taking a moment to
Intelligence saving
zombie up.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
A 19. So you have two butterflies that are you have actually 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 that have
Right in
taken
the middle of
flight. And you have 4 around you. You feel a blast of psychic energy, and then you're able to steel yourself and shake it off. Nothing happens. But then you feel it again and again. I need you to do that same saving throw 2 more times.
Oh, they're doing it. Oh, they're each doing it. Oh.
Well, that was a 5.
Oh.
And the other one's a 15.
Okay.
Great. You steel yourself one more time, but then finally it seems to break through and you feel in your mind a spike of psychic energy, and you take 2 points of damage.
Ow.
That's not good.
What are you at?
2.
Oh. Oh.
And another one. So
Oh
that's
my
3
God.
around you. The one that was behind you, that's 3. The 2 that were near you, Neza, one goes after you, and the other one
Oh my God.
goes after Leo.
We took for granted.
I really thought they were gonna be
We took for granted.
I need intelligence saving throws from each of you, please. DC 14.
No.
12.
12.
I think 3.
Neza, you take 2 points of damage, and Leo, you take 3 points of damage.
Oh my God.
As a spike of psychic energy, a mind sliver, enters your mind, and it's almost as if your brain is being sliced from within you. And then you're able to shake it off, but the damage has been done.
If I may, I'm gonna look at Neza and say, never mind, we gotta kill these guys.
Closure, you're up.
Oh my God.
I don't freaking know what to do now. Okay, I've just been rocked by these butterflies mentally. How many are within my vicinity?
You have 3 around you.
3 around.
How many
me,
vine
okay.
whips do I get?
Yeah, exactly.
You have 3 around you, and they're all near each other.
Insight or investigation? Actually, an insight check on these, but I want to, the one that's above me, I want to study it very closely.
It becomes incredibly obvious right now that this creature, something isn't right with it, and that it is seeking to, the 3 that just tried to slice your mind, you know that they're going to do it again the second they have an opportunity.
Okay, I'd like to run over to where Leo is.
Okay?
Run.
You can get right next to Leo with your full movement.
And I'd like to actually go behind that butterfly that's in front of it.
Okay, right
and
here.
and just like whack it.
This butterfly that you're now moving towards, there's another thing that you notice. Neza, I'll let you notice this as well. Big threat range of the previous butterfly, you notice that it didn't make an attack. Boja, as you're leaving these three butterflies that are flying around you, they don't strike at you. And you're able to very easily approach Leo.
That's interesting.
And you have this other butterfly right in front of you. It's facing Leo. You could make your attack at with flanking rules.
That was a dirty 20 for
You
the
will
best
hit.
one.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
5.
5 points of damage. How do you take this grayscale butterfly down?
Yeah, so I'm charging at it. I noticed that the other butterflies aren't following me at all or attacking, and that sort of like gives me pause a little as I'm charging over to Leo. But I recognize that there is a unwanted creature on her, and sort of in my kind of attempt to make up for sort of her killing the plant creature before, I kind of want to return the favor. So I like just take the staff and I whack it with the beak of the tip of the staff, like penetrating the butterfly.
Rafiki.
Yeah.
It's the circle of truth. Yeah.
Your staff makes contact, and the butterfly in front of you is almost broken apart. With the impact, it's half of its torso is just almost explodes, and you see two halves of this butterfly now fall to the ground in pieces. And it's no longer active.
But not, okay, interesting.
Don't you hate those days where you're just like no longer active?
Catalina,
Yeah. What can I do?
you feel around you from a distance some activity. You can hear muffled sounds from your companions. You see a kind of blurred almost image of Leo near you. And then you also see a blurred image of Neza arrive at your other side. You have the butterfly in your hands still, and you feel a connection to it.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Whew. Am I like, if we're talking like the perspective that I see through my eyes, am I looking at them as if I'm laying on the ground, or am I looking at them as if I'm standing up?
You're looking at them as if you're standing up.
Okay, got it. Good to know. I think, and I'm feeling this pull towards the west, I think I want to, so I'm clearly still in some level within my faculties, and they can see me.
It appears to be that way, yes.
Okay, I think I'm gonna like look at them and sort of like let them know that I can see them too, that like I acknowledge that they are there. And I think I do see that Koja is looking pretty rough. And
What do you mean?
I would like to, if I can, try to channel my divinity from this astral form that I'm in, or this spectral form that I'm in, to see if I can heal my friend.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
I think, yeah, if I have, do I have my gear like in my?
You feel whole.
Yeah,
You feel
okay.
like you
So
have
I think
everything with you.
I, in this weird kind of slow motion way, like I put my hand over my shield and it starts to alight, and I use my last charge for the day of Channel Divinity, and I send it to Koja to heal him for 1d8 plus 2. So you get 7 back.
7 total.
Yeah, 7 total.
You maybe get 7 back.
Oh, maybe.
What does it look like as you unleash this channel divinity?
I think, yeah, I very slowly, I'm sure it's like to them, it looks like very spooky, very slow, but I raise my shield and I press my hand against it and I pray and I allow this shield to alight, and I take that light and I just send it to you, to Koja.
A few things happen.
What?
Never good.
Not a few.
You channel this healing energy in Kolja's direction, and it appears to be working just as you know it should. Almost as if it's slowed down in time, you see the waves of that energy moving slowly. Normally it's a burst. This time it's as if you're seeing it moving through water.
Yeah, it's like running in a dream.
Running in a dream. And these after images, it seems to leave these trails. And as it's heading towards Koja, you hear the wail of a woman, like an echo on the wind. You remember hearing it earlier, talking about it coming from the west or the southwest. This time, it seems to be very clearly coming from the northeast. Everybody else, you hear the wail of a woman, like an echo on the wind. And this time, roll for me a perception check, everybody.
Oh, we're in the two planes. Oh my God.
19.
19.
14.
14.
Which is the perception? 7.
7. Koja, it sounds like it's coming from, it's coming from the west. No, then it bounces around. It's coming from the northeast. It's coming from, you can't quite grasp where it's coming from. It feels like it's all around you. Leo, you feel, you've heard this before, and it was coming from the southwest, but this time it feels like it's coming from the northeast. Neza, it sounds to you like it's coming from Catalina.
What?
Catalina. That light energy reaches Koja. Koja, you suddenly feel yourself imbued with healing energy. You do regain 7 points. And you feel that it came from Catalina, but you didn't see it coming.
What?
Neza, Leo, Koja, Catalina on the ground before you starts to convulse.
I crouch down and cast Spare the Dying.
What's that look like when you do that?
I don't. I think it's. He doesn't really know what he's doing because this is all new to
On
him.
instinct.
So I think I'd grab her, and I see Litsa, and I just am willing my life force into hers almost to just stop it, to pause it.
Whoa.
This energy starts to gather inside of you, and it's almost as if a part of yourself steps out of you and into her, and you see this burst of glowing divine light start to dance around Catalina. What you're trying to do on instinct seems to you to be doing something. Catalina calms a little bit, but the convulsing continues. And the wail comes again, like an echo on the wind, this time coming from the complete opposite direction from where you heard it. Neza, you heard it coming from Catalina. This time it feels like it's coming from all around you. Catalina? You are walking. You see a meadow of vibrantly colored flowers. The sun is shining brightly. The sky is a deep, deep blue.
Are the fogs cleared?
There's no mist. There's no fog. You look up and you see the sun, but brighter than you could have ever imagined. You see also in this deep blue sky, stars. Bright, shining as if it were a deep, dark night sky. You can feel the sun on your skin. It's warm. You see all around you a swarm of giant monarch butterflies like the ones you know around Alma. The one in your arms flies up, and it hovers right in front of you. And you start to see the air around it warble. It starts to change. And you hear a voice. Hello, Catalina. You hear the whispers.
Yes.
And then it echoes. You hear the whispers. You hear the whispers. You hear the whispers. And then everything turns to bright, white light. And that is where our remembering will linger. Thank you for coming along with us, everybody. Till next time.